right, here's a new one. Looks like this piece was screwed in up here, but the screw, I guess there was too much weight and it just kind of, and now it's, so I gotta lift. Holy shit, that's gonna be tough. All right, that's not good. Damn. All right, well, so I guess there was just too much weight and this slid down because I can see the opening. All right, so I think I have to get all this weight off, push this up, and then put some, I guess bracing is what you would call it, from the bottom of where it sits all the way down to the tire. The easiest way to do this by myself is to just get something that I can jam under here to the ground and just keep lifting it and screwing it. So I have to keep this in there, but I don't have a screw that's long enough to go through it. So I'll just attach this to the 4x4 and to this 4x4 to keep it on there. I have to lift this up a little at a time until it's level with the roof or the floor. Good thing So I'm just gonna keep shoving these like spare pieces in here until this is level. So I probably have to go one more, but this thing is heavy to lift with one hand. All right, so I got it level. Kind of rigged it, but I'm gonna just get put a bunch of bracing like underneath all this, make sure that this floor stays level. Because right now, it's pretty level. All the way across, all the way around the perimeter of it, it's level. If you look at it from here, it looks way straighter than it was. So now, I'm gonna make this one stronger, make that one stronger over there, make that one stronger in the corner. Right now, what I'm doing here is this whole thing is connected. So it's really strong. So I'm gonna continue this rock wall all the way up and cover all this. So I got a bunch of rebar pieces in here, random trash that I found on the ground. Like it was really windy this week, so all this garbage blew onto my property. I always put the sandbags in there when I'm done with them. So this way I'm eliminating waste as I build. So I got the wall up a little bit higher. So once that all dries up, I can scrape it and polish it, and I think it'll look pretty cool. So now I want to extend this over. I put all these like 2x4s. I think it's a 2x3. Got that 2x4 over there. That 2x4 over there. That 2x4 over there. And I'm just making sure that this floor is secure. So what I'm gonna do next, before I put this wall on, is build this up with rock all the way to the top. Same with here. I'm gonna surround this whole tire with rock and make it like a huge beam that goes right up to the top. I know that looks a mess, but it's really solid now. So I took this 2x4 and screwed it to the ground with a spare piece that I had. And this isn't going anywhere. And then I connected the two 4x4s with this spare piece of 2x3. And then I have this 2x4 on that 2x3 to the tire. Now inside that tire is all concrete, so I know it's flat. Now I could probably take this out, but I'm afraid. So instead, I'm just gonna build a rock wall from this whole tire all the way up. And then this floor will be totally solid. And same with this side. I'm gonna fill that with concrete and then build a rock wall from the bottom all the way up. And then this one right here, same thing, rock wall all the way up. All inside here, this is gonna be all rock up against here and all the way up. So this way, this whole floor is completely solid with rock and concrete. I definitely did it backwards. 2020 is hindsight, but I would have started with the floor first, or leveling it first, or I would have put beams in the ground first. Either way, I would have done something different first. I think what's most important is that floor, and that floor is all level. So that's just gonna be a loft for my bed. And then everything else will just be on the ground floor. I'm always finding ways to dispose of trash properly. This is mine. I take this every day. So instead of just throwing it out, I put it at the bottom of this 2x4 to protect the wood from moisture. So what I'm gonna do here is build a rock wall all around this and go all the way up to the top. And I got all this wood today at the purple pile at Home Depot. So this 4x4, it's a little crooked, but these look pretty straight. These are, they're split in the middle here, but maybe I can just cut this part off and use it to seal in that area right there. So 56, I should probably cut it 57 just in case. Yeah, let's do 57. Whoops. So I'm just putting all these extra pieces and just like kind of using them as more support. So this floor is level. It's got like 150 screws all over the place. So now I'm thinking if I attach this one to this one at the bottom, it'll add a little more security. Because this is all going to be covered by mud anyway, because my bathtub is going there. This is all going to be covered. So I'm thinking if I put a support 2x4 from there to there on that side, and then another one from here to here, it'll make it a little bit more secure. I'll rest it on that piece of steel and go across, so that if this for some reason slides down, there'll be extra support here to there, and this will make it stronger, I think. In my head, that works. It's almost like this and this and this is helping to support all this. It's all going to be covered by rock and adobe anyway. So that rock wall is looking pretty good. So now I'm going to build up on this side. And if I can find enough rocks, I'm going to try to go up to there. So it kind of does one of these. So it's up pretty high. So now I have to think about the pipe. So do I want the water pipe for the bathtub to come over this wall here, or do I want to put it on that side? I'm gonna have to start thinking about that. But I like it. I like the way it looks. It goes all the way to the side. So once this all dries up, I'll sand it, stain it, put oil on it, whatever. It'll look pretty good. So this adobe is like covering a lot of the rock, but once I sand it, you'll see more rock. All right, that's a win. Oh, come on. Fuck. It's a little too big. So all this was scrap. So I gotta find, I still have that square left. So I gotta fill in there, kind of fill in there. And then in between here, I have to put another 2x3 underneath this, but I don't have any left. So I gotta find one. And then once I put that under there, these 3 pieces will be a little bit more secure. So hopefully pretty soon, that'll be my view from bed. So basically all the spots that you can see, like the cracks kinda, they're not cracks, but you know, when one piece ends and the other piece begins, I have to put a 2x3 from there to there, from there to there. I still need a piece to go there and then there. 2x3 to go from there to there, there to there, there to there. But those are easy. I just have to get on Craigslist and drive around some construction sites and see if I can find some free 2x3s. So it's starting to dry, and I was able to brush that off, all that. But once I brush all this off and polish it or put oil on it, I think it'll look pretty good. So next week, I'm gonna start putting adobe on all this. I'm gonna start putting it on the tires just to get an early start on it, just kind of see how it settles. And then fix that little spot right there.